From that time on, that girl carried her share of the load. On the second day, without saying a word to Chet, Jesus found her a saddle to ride. Back at the ranch, she worked even harder and married one of Chet's foremen. Then she took over the job of running the big house when his wife's major domo, Monica, suddenly died from a heart attack. Lisa taught the Mexican ranch children English so they could attend the Cherry School. Then her husband was killed in the Range War shootout over east at the Wagon Wheel Ranch, and terminal cancer swept Chet's wife, Elizabeth, away as well. Lost in their own personal sorrow, the two soon found each other to lean on, and he married her. 10 years or more his junior, he never noticed the difference except when their ages were mentioned. "Can we get Hamped to go along?" Cole asked. "May might not let him go with you all," Lisa said. Jesus shook his head. "She would if Chet asked for him. She'd do anything for him." Lisa quickly agreed. May was Chet's widowed sister-in-law, who'd later married Hamped, one of his original ranch hands, and the two were raising a second family. She nearly didn't come along when he packed them up to go from Texas to Arizona. His second wife, Elizabeth, once said his sister-in-law probably expected Chet to marry her out there, but she settled for Hamped, and they were very happy. "I'm sure Hamped would love to join us, and he's a good backup. He saved many lives arming the Black Cowboys in the Lost Herd deal in Texas. Plus, he's the greatest expert at growing alfalfa in the territory." "Will you ask her then?" "Thanks for the coffee, Lisa. I better get home and ask my wife if I can go too." "Cole, as well as you two get along, you're going north with us," Lisa said, gathering up the empty cups. "When are we leaving?" she asked Chet. "Oh, 3 days or 4. I want Tom and Millie to stay up here while we're gone." She agreed and headed for the kitchen with her tray full of empty cups. He stopped her by clearing his throat. With a head tossed toward the stairs and a smile, he waited for her answer. "As soon as I get these dishes on the sink, I'm coming up there." "I thought you'd never think of doing that." They both laughed. Being married to her had brought lots of things back to his life. Their sessions at making love were just a portion as sweet as the other intimate things they shared, like swimming naked in the Verde River when they were alone together, checking on things, taking showers with each other under the sheep herder fixture out back before bedtime. They had settled into a good life together, with few restrictions on things that they enjoyed. Climbing the stairs, he smiled. What would they find on the north side of that big gorge? No matter. It would be mostly new country, and he looked forward to going up there. Maybe his back would complain some, sleeping on the ground, but Lisa could get those kinks out with her powerful hands. Not much his missus couldn't do, though she wanted children, or said she did. They were trying. Those would come along, he felt certain. Raised by her father, he'd spoiled her when her mother died young, and Chet learned that when she was still a teen she'd left home with an outlaw who'd promised to marry her. In their flight to escape Chet and his persistent posse, she discovered she was simply the outlaw's whore. But it was too late, too dangerous for her to leave him and strike out alone in the vast, tough land she didn't know a thing about. And she had no money. The next day, Chet and Lisa drove down to the Verde Ranch to talk to Tom and Millie. The women were left at the ranch house, while the two men walked about the ranch pens to talk. "We're going looking at the North Rim country in a few days." Tom nodded. "Any particular purpose?" "Jesus wants to find some pure Spanish horses." They laughed. "No, we'll just look. We're caught up with things and want to see some new country. Say, I have a top hand for you to take along. His name's Salty Meeker, and he's a real sharp guy." "Where's he out of?" Chet asked. "Texas, but he is a guy who sees things and fixes them right there. I have to clear him with the guys, but sure, send him up. You and Millie willing to watch things from our place?" "Oh, hell, Chet, you know me. I'll do anything you need done. It ain't no big trick." "Lisa will feel better with you and Millie looking over things up there." "I understand. What will you find up there, do you think?" "Oh, who knows? I think it's just a boys' night out deal. Lisa is a tomboy and of course wants to tag along. More than that, she makes a good woman for you." "I agree."